My candle went out at 2:47 a.m. That's when I knew I was screwed. The Midnight Man game has one rule that matters more than any other. Keep your candle lit until 3:33 a.m. If it goes out, you relight it within 10 seconds, or he finds you. I tried. I really tried. But my lighter wouldn't work. And in that darkness, in those seconds of fumbling with a dead lighter, I felt something in the room with me. Something that wasn't there before. Something that had been waiting for exactly this moment. That was 2 weeks ago, and I still can't sleep with the lights off. Can't be in a dark room without my heart racing. Because once you invite the Midnight Man into your house, once you play his game and fail, I don't think he ever really leaves. I need to explain how I ended up playing this game in the first place. I'm not some thrill seeker or paranormal investigator. I'm just a guy who got too curious after falling down an internet rabbit hole at 2 a.m. when I couldn't sleep. I'd been watching videos about scary rituals, reading Creepypasta, all that stuff. The Midnight Man game kept coming up. People talking about how terrifying it was, how real it felt, warnings not to try it. And you know how it is. The more people say don't do something, the more you want to know why. I read through the rules. They seemed simple enough. Almost too simple. Knock on your door 22 times, the last knock landing exactly at midnight. Light a candle. Put a drop of your blood on a piece of paper with your full name. Place it outside your door. The Midnight Man is now in your house. Your goal is to avoid him until 3:33 a.m. If your candle goes out, relight it within 10 seconds. If you can't, surround yourself with a circle of salt immediately, or he'll create a hallucination of your worst fear. That's it. Those are the rules. I convinced myself it was fake. Just a spooky story to scare teenagers at sleepovers. But I also thought, what's the harm in trying? Worst case, nothing happens, and I waste a few hours. Best case, I experience something genuinely paranormal and have a good story. So I gathered the materials. Candle, lighter, piece of paper, needle to prick my finger, salt just in case. I lived alone in a one-bedroom apartment, so I didn't have to worry about roommates thinking I'd lost my mind. I wrote my full name on the paper, pricked my finger, let a drop of blood fall on it. Then I stood at my front door and waited for my phone to hit 11:58 p.m. At 11:59, I started knocking. 22 knocks, pacing them so the final one would land right at midnight. The knocks echoed in my quiet apartment. I felt stupid, honestly, like a kid playing pretend. But I kept going. Knock 21. I looked at my phone. 11:59:55. 3 seconds. Knock 22 landed exactly as my phone changed to 12 a.m. I opened the door, placed the paper outside, closed it, lit the candle, and the game began. For the first hour, nothing happened. I walked around my apartment, candle in hand, checking corners, looking in closets, feeling increasingly stupid for taking this seriously. The only sounds were my footsteps and my breathing. My apartment never felt this quiet before. Usually there's traffic noise from outside, neighbors through the walls, the hum of the refrigerator. But everything was silent. Too silent, like the apartment was holding its breath. Around 1 a.m., the temperature dropped. Noticeably, I could see my breath. In July, in an apartment with no AC running. I pulled on a hoodie one-handed, keeping the candle steady. That's when I heard the first knock. 3 sharp raps on my front door from the outside. I froze, stared at the door. The paper with my blood was still out there. The knock came again, 3 times. Then silence. I didn't answer. The rules said don't acknowledge sounds. Don't respond to knocks. Don't let him know you can hear him. The knocking moved. To my bedroom door, then my bathroom, then the closet. Each time, 3 measured knocks. Moving around the apartment, getting closer to wherever I was standing. I realized he was tracking me, using sound to locate me. I stopped moving, stood perfectly still in the center of my living room. The candle flame was steady, casting a small circle of light around me. Everything beyond that circle was complete darkness. The knocking stopped. That's when I felt the breath on my neck. Cold, wet, right behind me. Every muscle in my body locked up. The rules said if you feel him, don't turn around. Don't acknowledge him. Keep moving. I took a step forward. The breath followed, stayed right behind me, cold air on my skin. I walked faster. It kept pace. I could hear breathing now, raspy and wrong, matching my steps. My candle flickered. The flame bent sideways, like something was blowing on it. But there was no wind, no airflow. Just that cold breath on my neck and the flame struggling to stay lit. I checked my phone. 1:47 a.m., less than 2 hours to go. I could do this. I had to do this. I kept walking, making a circuit of the apartment. Kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallway, repeat. The breathing stayed behind me. Sometimes I'd hear footsteps that weren't mine, heavier, slower, dragging slightly. I didn't look back. Couldn't look back. At 2:15 a.m., my apartment went completely dark, except for my candle. My phone screen went black. The streetlights outside vanished. Just my tiny flame and infinite darkness. I moved slower now, feeling my way along walls, making sure I didn't trip. That's when I started seeing things in the shadows. Movement. Shapes that didn't make sense. Something tall and thin standing in my kitchen doorway. Something crouched in the corner of my bedroom. Every time I looked directly at them, they disappeared. But in my peripheral vision, they were everywhere. My candle flickered again, bent almost horizontal. I cupped my hand around it, protecting the flame. Please don't go out. Please don't go out. It steadied. I exhaled, checked my phone. Still black. No idea what time it was. Could be 2:30, could be 2:15 still. Time felt broken, like I'd been doing this for hours or minutes. I couldn't tell which. The breathing behind me got louder, closer. I felt pressure on my shoulder, not quite touch, like a hand hovering an inch above my skin. Cold radiating through my hoodie. I kept walking. Don't acknowledge, don't respond. The pressure increased, pushing down, trying to make me turn around. I gritted my teeth, kept moving forward, one step, another. My candle flickered violently. That's when I made a mistake. I looked at a mirror. Just a glance, just for a second. My bathroom mirror as I passed the open door. And I saw what was behind me. Tall, impossibly tall, skin gray and wrong, face that was almost human but not, eyes that were holes, mouth open too wide. It was reaching for me, hand stretching toward my shoulder where I'd felt that pressure. Our eyes met in the reflection. The candle went out. Complete darkness, total and absolute. I couldn't see my hand in front of my face. Panic hit. I fumbled for my lighter, fingers shaking so bad I could barely grip it. Flicked it once, nothing. Twice, nothing. Come on, come on, come on. 3 times. Sparked, but didn't catch. I could hear breathing right next to my ear. Feel cold air on my face, smell something rotten. 4 times. The lighter caught, small flame. I touched it to the candle wick. The candle flame bloomed, but it took more than 10 seconds. Way more than 10 seconds. The rules said if you can't relight it within 10 seconds, surround yourself with salt or he'll make you hallucinate your worst fear. I didn't have salt within reach. I'd left it in the kitchen. I was in the hallway, alone in the dark with a tiny candle flame and something very close. The hallucination started immediately. My apartment changed. The walls stretched, the ceiling rose. Everything became cavernous and empty. I could hear voices, dozens of them, whispering my name, calling from the darkness. I saw things moving toward me. People I knew, my mom, my ex-girlfriend, my dead grandfather. But wrong. Faces off, movements jerky. They reached for me. I backed away. They kept coming, more of them, hundreds, all reaching, all whispering. The candle flame shrank, got smaller and smaller until it was barely a pinprick. I ran, didn't care about the rules anymore, just ran through the darkness, candle clutched in my hand, hallucinations grabbing at me. I felt hands, cold fingers, something wrapped around my ankle. I kicked free, kept running, slammed into a wall, bounced off, changed direction, no idea where I was in my own apartment anymore. Everything was wrong. Too big, too dark, too many things in the shadows. I found the kitchen by accident, grabbed the salt container, poured a circle around myself, sat down inside it. The hands stopped. The voices faded. The hallucinations pulled back to the edges of my vision. I could still see them, still hear them, but they couldn't cross the salt. I sat there, candle flame barely alive, surrounded by salt, waiting. My phone suddenly turned on, screen bright in the darkness. 3:33 a.m. The game was over. The lights came back. My apartment snapped back to normal size. The hallucinations vanished. I was sitting in a salt circle in the middle of my kitchen floor, holding a candle that was almost burned down to nothing. I stood up slowly, looked around. Everything seemed normal. I went to my front door, opened it. The paper with my blood was gone. Just gone. Not blown away, not torn up, just not there anymore. I threw away the candle, cleaned up the salt, took a long shower. Tried to convince myself it was just my imagination, just the power of suggestion, just what happens when you do something scary in the dark. But I know what I felt, what I saw, what breathed on my neck and stood behind me for 3 hours. The Midnight Man is real. The game is real. And I failed. Since that night, things have been off. Small things. Cold spots in my apartment that shouldn't be there. Shadows moving when nothing's casting them. That feeling of being watched. 3 knocks on my door at random times. No one there when I check. My lights flickering at exactly midnight. I haven't slept well in 2 weeks. Keep waking up at 2:47 a.m., the time my candle went out, feeling like something's in the room with me. I did research after. Found out the Midnight Man is a pagan ritual that's been around way longer than the internet. Used to be a punishment. You'd force enemies to play the game as torture. Very few people made it through successfully. The ones who failed were never the same. Said they were haunted, followed, that the Midnight Man marked them. I think I'm marked now. I think by letting my candle go out, by failing to relight it within 10 seconds, by needing salt to survive, I let him see me, really see me. And now he knows where I am. So if you're reading about this game, if you're thinking about trying it, if you're gathering materials and planning to knock 22 times at midnight, don't. Please don't. It's not worth the experience. It's not worth knowing if it's real. Because if it is real, if the Midnight Man comes, you're not playing a game anymore. You're inviting something ancient and hostile into your home. And if you fail, if your candle goes out, if you see what's in the darkness with you, that thing doesn't leave. when the game ends. It stays. It watches. It waits. And every night at 2:47 a.m., you'll feel it standing behind you in the dark.